On Tuesday mornings early, we like to play back, revisit some of our favorite interviews ever. And today, from 2010, Paul McCartney. Here's what I remember about this interview. Two things. First of all, I was pretty intimidated because I was talking to maybe the most influential living singer-songwriter. Didn't know what he'd be like. Turned out to be delightful, of course. Also, I remember recording this interview really late at night, something like 11:30 at night before I had to be on the air the next morning. Paul McCartney from 2010 on 97.3 KBCO.
Yeah, okay, lovely. Thanks, Bret.
How does this band stack up with previous groups featuring Paul McCartney?
Well, you never want to kind of say, oh, so-and-so is better than so-and-so, because it implies that you didn't have a great time with the other people. But last year, it just suddenly hit me. I just thought, wait a minute, this is your band. You've been playing with these guys a long time now, and if we'd have been kids starting out, it'd be like a really long time relationship by now. So anyway, it was just great to realize that, and I think it's brought us a bit closer together. But I think they're great. I really enjoyed playing with them. I think we all enjoyed playing with each other. I remember when I went to concerts more regularly, and it was just great when you caught a concert where you felt you'd had a really good night out, no disappointments. So that's the kind of show we try and bring, and we're out to party.
Who do you listen to yourself for inspiration these days as one of the most successful composers, singer-songwriters ever?
I listen to a lot of stuff. I tell you the truth, most of it's on the radio. I'm not a great sort of expert at anything like that. I think people think, well, he must know, what's good and what's not. I generally listen to what's around. So I kind of like bands like Kings of Leon at the moment. I think they're making some good records. I think there's a lot of good people coming out. I listen to a lot of old stuff. I listen to a lot of really old stuff from my dad's generation. So it depends what mood I'm in. If I'm in a really kind of romantic, smoochy mood and we're just having dinner, then it might be Nat King Cole on there. If it's slightly more party time, then it might be Neil Young, that kind of era. I love Neil. And then coming up to date, then, it will be, like I say, people like Kings of Leon and some more sort of modern stuff. I like Coldplay. I think they do some good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff to choose from, but probably most of the stuff I listen to is on the radio. I just stick it on and surf the channels.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Smoochy Moods of Paul McCartney mixtape.
There you go. Well, you never know.
You have a young daughter. How does life with her affect your work at this stage in your career?
Well, it's great. The truth is, she keeps my feet on the ground. I did a song a little while ago called Dance Tonight. I just bought a mandolin, and I was in the kitchen, and I was playing away. And she came leaping in, and she was just dancing like a mad woman. It's just a beautiful little dance, like only 6-year-olds can do. And I thought, whoa, I've got to make this into a record. This is hot, So I did. I made it, and they used it on a commercial for Apple, iTunes commercial, I think it was. So that kind of thing, it's great. Kids are an inspiration.
You just mentioned Apple. Are you a Mac guy, Paul McCartney?
Yep, I am. Well, I'm kind of lucky. Since I did that ad, I had known Steve Jobs before anyway. Steve's a cool guy, and he'd been along to some of our concerts. But I'd known him a little bit, but then when I did the Apple ad, I must say he sent me a lot of free stuff. So, yeah, I'm a Mac man.
I'm jealous.
Oh, well, it's just too bad, I'm afraid. Just too bad, man.
Paul McCartney, it's just a pleasure to talk with you and to have the opportunity to say thank you for your work, sir.
Oh, great, man. Okay, well, thank you, and thank you, listeners, and bye-bye.
Beatles, 97.3 KBCO.